Well, hello again, and welcome to week 2 of my talks about spirituality and life. I don't know how many of these weeks there are going to be. This is week 2, and we'll just have to see what happens. And why am I doing this? Why am I talking about happiness and inner peace? Well, I've actually reached a point in my life where I'm pretty much experiencing happiness and inner peace basically all of the time. Well, almost all the time anyway. I mean, I'm rarely ever angry. I'm rarely ever in a bad mood. I don't get irritated very easily. Um, Most of the time, I just feel good. And I thought I would want to share that. And that's why I'm doing these videos. What I don't want to share is my phone going off, so I'm going to silence it. Where was I? Oh, yes. So last time, we were talking about how things that are external to us are not the source of our happiness. Looking to things outside of ourselves, that's not going to make us happy. But everything we need to be happy and to have inner peace is inside of us. It's in ourself. We all have it. We all have everything we need. And there are some blocks, there are some obstacles that prevent us from experiencing this. I mentioned last time this great book. You may not be able to see it, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And I talked about how Singer explains that we all have this voice that's talking to us all the time in our heads, saying negative stuff to us all day long, but we can learn how to not pay any attention, not to listen to that voice. The same kind of point is made in another really good book, which I also would recommend to you, this book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Did I say that right? And he says that by the time we're 7 or 8 years old, we all have two voices talking to us inside of our heads, and he calls one of them the judge, with a capital J. And the judge is telling us all the time about how we're guilty. We're guilty of this, we're guilty of that. And then the other voice, or character, really, that listens to everything that the judge says, is what Ruiz calls the, quote, victim, unquote, with a capital V. The victim listens to everything that the judge says about how it's guilty and believes it. So if you have a voice talking to you all day that's either a judge or just a voice or whatever you want to call it, that's telling you you're guilty and you're bad and you should have done this and you should have done that and this is going to go wrong and that's going to go wrong, well, of course you're not going to be happy and of course you're not going to have inner peace. And what we ultimately want to do is learn how to get past that and see what really is inside of us, which is the truth and the beauty of who we are. It makes me think about something that Michelangelo said, the great sculptor Michelangelo, and talking about some of his great statues like the David and the Pietà. He said, the thing is, well, he didn't say the thing is, but he said, I didn't really make those statues. Those statues were already inside the big blocks of marble that I just took down from the mountainside. And all I did was cut away the excess marble to get to the beautiful statue inside that was already there, that was made by God. And it's the same thing with us. We're like those blocks of marble, where you've got to cut through all the excess stone, or in our case, get rid of the baggage that obscures the beautiful statue inside, which is who we are. There is a minister out in Los Angeles. Her name is Pam McGregor. She does a weekly podcast. You can find it on your podcast app. And she also does something called Today's Faith List, which she sends out by email. And she had a really good one the other day. I've got it here on my phone. And this is what she wrote. She wrote, how blessed I am to be here at this time, in this place, expressing the absolute truth of my being. Well, you know, there's an expression of gratitude. Gratitude for just being alive and existing here in this place and time right now. And we can all feel that gratitude if we try, if we think about it a little bit, if we think about what we have to be grateful for. And gratitude, feeling gratitude, expressing gratitude, goes a long way toward helping us to cut away that excess stone, get into the inside of that marble, where that statue is, where that beautiful truth is, where that source of happiness and peace can be found. We've all got it. I have it, and I know you do too. So I hope this is, again, somewhat helpful. And as I said, I don't know how many weeks I'm going to do this, but this was week number 2. You can see number 1 if you haven't seen it yet. I wish you a very good day, and I'll probably see you next week. Be well.